Hi, my name is Kashvi and today I'll be demonstrating the uses of the miter saw. So a miter saw is a saw that is used to make accurate crosscuts and miters in a workpiece by positioning a mounted blade onto something like this, something like a board. This tool can be used to make a lot of different projects that require straight cuts, and this includes stuff like planter boxes, wooden picture frames, etc. And today I'll be demonstrating how to safely use it. First and foremost, safety. Always wear your safety glasses in the woodroom and tie your hair back and any loose articles so that they don't get caught into the machine. Next, make sure that there's no one around you that can be potentially harmed. And if you are not a mentor, be sure to tell a mentor that you're about to use a tool in the woodroom. Here is the block of wood that I plan to use to demonstrate. So the first thing I want to do is I will draw the approximate cut that I want in pencil. So say I want a cut that is about, say 12 inches actually. I can pencil in the line right here and use this as a straight edge. Next, you want to approach the miter saw, and there's a little pin back here that you need to actually adjust to bring it up. So what I want to do is I want to push it down, make sure the safety is on, I pull this pin out, and then I bring it up like so. Next, you want to clamp down this piece of wood that you're planning to cut. So you line up the spot that you marked with this yellow opening right here, and then you can lift the clamp up. Next, after you've lifted this up all the way, you want to position your piece of wood so that it is lined up with the back so that it has back support, and then also position this clamp so that it can accurately support your piece of wood. So I will screw it down all the way until I can no longer really hand tighten it. So a hand tight is sufficient for this kind of machine. The last thing that you want to make sure before you're doing the cut is that the cut will actually be made accurately. So the safety naturally comes off when you bring the miter saw down. That is because obviously you're making the cut over here. So when I'm bringing it down, I'm just making sure that it is brought down around where the pencil line is made. So as you can see, it's a little bit off right now. So what I can do is I can adjust the clamping a little bit by loosening it a tiny bit, moving it in the direction that I need, and then retightening it. After you've made sure that this piece of wood is fastened and secured, you can now begin the procedure of actually cutting it. So once again, make sure that safety first, all of your hair is tied back. If you have longer hair, you have safety glasses on, there's no people around you, and you don't have anything loose, like a sleeve or something that can get caught into the machine. I can bring it down one final time, and as I can see, that is about where my pencil line is, and since this is a low tolerance part, I don't really need to make sure that everything is exact. When you're using the miter saw, there's actually another safety feature built in over here. So before you can actually push this down, this button down, you have to disengage this lock right here. And that's another added feature of safety. So before you're ready to make the cut, you make sure your hand is positioned correctly. You can move this little ledge out of the way, and then pushing down starts the miter saw. I can now begin demonstrating the cut. Once you have verified that your cut has been made correctly and has gone all the way through, and you're satisfied with it, you can unclamp your part from the saw. And here we are with a newly cut piece of wood. Now, the last thing you want to do is always make sure that you leave your workstation clear and clean. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the miter saw back down into its resting position. So to do that, I will simply push the bolt in that was pushed out before. And then the last thing I need to do is always make sure that you use this vacuum to clean up after yourself, because there's a lot of sawdust involved with cutting wood parts. So using the vacuum is pretty self-explanatory. workstation, you can put the vacuum back into the corner and make sure that you pick up any of your parts or anything else that you left behind, as well as stuff like pencils or rulers and all that kind of stuff. All right, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial.